Welcome back, friends and family. Today's video is going to be a little different. I wanted to sit down and just give you an honest update on how my wedding dress sewing journey is going. Some of you have been following along from the beginning and you already know that I'm making 9 dresses for my wedding, including my own. It's been quite a while since I uploaded a update. There's a few reasons for this, so I thought I would take some time and share how things are actually going, and if I'm completely honest, it's a little bit more stressful than I thought it was going to be. I'm behind schedule of where I want it to be, but we're going to talk about all of that. Get cozy and let's dive in. When I started this project, I was so excited. I had set a goal of having all of the bodices done by Christmas. That way I would have a ton of time to work on my dress and our bridal attendant's dress and our flower girl's dress. I'm putting the kids' dresses off until later, but just because I feel like they're going to grow the most over this time frame. And I was really excited. I had a lot of momentum going into it that carried me through the first 2 bodices, Mackenzie's and Monica's, and then life just got extremely busy. I finished the last video when I was on a work trip, and then I finished editing it when I got home, and then I had 3 days, one of which was just a day completely driving in the car to go and see family for Thanksgiving. And then right after Thanksgiving, I was able to meet up with Monica in person. She was able to try on her bodice, which was super nice. And it gave me some confidence that I had some idea of what I was doing. But then the next week of work was crazy busy. We were preparing to host a meeting. I was preparing to drive across the state to visit my brother at college, and then to drive the rest of the way to go to this meeting. Luckily, Spencer was able to come with me, and he did all of the driving, which was super nice because I hate driving. After that trip though, I was exhausted. I am a homebody. I truly hate running around and going out and doing errands, and so running around that much and having that much social interaction was a lot for me. I also started working on Christmas gifts. So if you're Matt, Taylor, or Jacob, I don't even know if any of you watch these, but skip ahead or look away. I got inspiration from Mariah on Upcycled X on Instagram. My family and I have always been big fans of her work, but I've never been on time for one of her drops, and they normally sell out really quick. Obviously mine are nowhere near the same quality that Mariah has perfected over the years that she's been working on doing these styles. So let's talk about what I've actually gotten done for the wedding in terms of sewing. I've completed 2 of 9 bodices, and I've started Janice's. I've had a few late nights trying to speed sew and get caught up so that I would have something to show and it not be such a long time between updates, but it feels like I'm not making enough progress. And every time I'm like, okay, this is the day that I'm gonna go and get ahead and do a ton of sewing, and it's gonna be super great. I make a ton of mistakes, or work is super crazy and all I want to do when I'm done is lay horizontal and do absolutely nothing. So since my grand plan was to be finished with 5 bodices by now, and I'm not even close, and I honestly thought that I would have a good handle on this timeline, it turns out that I truly overestimated how much time I would have to be able to work on this, and that's where the burnout comes in. I'm really feeling it, and there's just so much to do, and every time I think I'm catching up, I fall further behind, which I fully realize is my own fault for adding in these additional sewing projects for Christmas gifts. I have been spiraling about how I'm gonna get this all done, and that's leading to me feeling really unmotivated to be able to do this. I've lost a lot of confidence in my ability to be able to sew these bodices or sew any of these dresses for my wedding. I'm not gonna give up, at least not yet, but I have had to really just try to be okay with adjusting my expectations of this project and trying to work on the fact that everything doesn't need to be perfect. It'll still look nice for other people, and all of the mistakes that I see and that I know about is going to be really hard for someone else to notice. My plan moving forward is I'm going to take a break for the holidays. I'm going to spend some more time with my family, just kind of take things one day at a time. And while I say that, I also plan to hopefully gain a better understanding of what I want in my dress and come up with just a couple of options. Really look through the pictures that I have of my mom's dress, look at the fabric that I have, and just figure out what elements I want to incorporate. Just like 1 or 2 examples of what I want this dress to look like. I also am going to try to create just more of a realistic timeline for me to follow for the rest of these dresses that will hopefully just help put my mind at ease on if I'm even going to be able to finish this. And I honestly just need to finish the bodices. I don't need to make them perfect. That can come later after they've tried them on and I know that they actually fit right and that they are exactly what they're looking for. I know that I had sent them out a survey and let them pick some options, but once they see it in person, they might have a completely different idea of what they want. I know when I took Monica's bodice over and we tried it on in person, there were a couple things that we tweaked a little bit, or we realized in just tying the bow in the back will make the front sit a little bit differently, and we were able to just kind of get her sleeve length exactly the way that she wanted it to be. So I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of those changes moving forward as everyone tries their dresses on. So as of right now, I'm just really trying to think about what I need that timeline to look like when I need to really meet up with my bridesmaids and have them try their bodices on so that I can get started on what I want the skirt to look like and how I want the skirt to function with the bodice. One of the amazing things about making these videos public, because originally I wasn't going to, I was going to just keep them private, keep them unlisted and send links out to my family so that they could watch them and stay up to date on how everything was going, because that's really the only people that I started making these videos for. Is that I've been able to find a really nice community of people who are working on their wedding dresses or who are sewists and working on big projects, and be able to have their support and advice and be able to see all the challenges that they're working through and all of their solutions has really made a huge difference in just how I've thought about this project overall. If you've taken on any big DIY projects or even sewed your own wedding dress, I'd love to hear about how your experience went, any tips that you have for staying sane during your project, things that you learned during the process. I'd love to hear. Thank you so much for watching and coming along on this journey with me. Wish me luck in finishing these dresses because I'm definitely going to need it. Happy holidays. Remember to be kind to yourself, and I'll see you next time.